Well, that definitely took a turn. And not for the better, I'm afraid. I shall need to do whatever I can to set things right. You've done a lot for me, Sebastian, and I shall return the favour.
I'm sorry you had to see that. If you don't mind, I just need a moment alone.
Poor Sebastian. Not the visit he'd hoped for.
Well, that was rather unexpected. I think that first...
Revelio.
The Feldcroft Well. The well in Feldcroft ran dry some 400 years ago during a great drought. Sadly, many perished as a result, including at least one young boy whose father refused to speak for years thereafter. Legend says that all was saved when a group of benevolent witches and wizards used a never-before-seen powerful magic to restore water to the region. Aha! I'm fairly certain that those witches and wizards would have been up there doing their magic. 400 years old they are. Interesting. That is very intriguing. Anyways.
That boy will fray my last nerve.
Yes, I will chat with you in a moment.
Revelio.
Practice dummies. The residents of Feldcroft sometimes use these to practice their spell casting, especially in light of recent goblin attacks. It looks like they could use the practice, or at least that one gentleman. Let's have a chat with Anne first. She seems more receptive.
I'm sorry about earlier. Those bouts of pain are difficult to bear.
Oh, no, you don't have to apologize to me.
Are you all right, Anne? I didn't mean to intrude.
You didn't, truly. And I'm all right. The pain from this curse comes in bouts, and often suddenly. It's not anyone's fault. It's nice to meet you, by the way. You must be the new 5th year Sebastian told me about.
I am. Sebastian and I met during a rather lively duel in Defense Against the Dark Arts.
Oh, dear Professor Hecat. She's a powerful witch. And she knows how to keep students like my brother, and me, in line.
I do miss Hogwarts, but I wouldn't mind being in Feldcroft really if it wasn't so dreary now. Between the goblins at the castle and my uncle fighting with Sebastian whenever he's home, it's not the cozy retreat it once was.
Sebastian mentioned something about your uncle being an ex-Auror, but refusing to go after Ranrock's loyalists. I must say, I wasn't prepared for him to be as angry as he was.
Uncle Solomon is frustrated by what happened to me, and by Sebastian for thinking he can fix it. They both mean well, I know they do, but my uncle is right. This curse cannot be undone. I can feel it. Sebastian cannot take away my pain. Perhaps you can help him to understand that.
I will do my best, but I do have the feeling that Sebastian has, well, got it in his head that there is some solution to this curse. Which, there is a lot about magic that we don't understand, so it is quite possible. But I would hate to leave any illusion that there might be, or could be an any near future event.
I'll do my best. I can promise to speak with him about it.
Thank you. His search for a cure is futile, I'm afraid. I'm getting tired. I should probably rest. Thank you for stopping by. I wish you well.
Thank you. You as well. This is my potion kit, not yours. Leave my things be. Oh. Very well. How sad. Hogwarts isn't the same without you. Well, Sharp is still as foul, but you know what I mean. I hope you're feeling better. Wish there were something I could do to help. Hello, sir.
Excuse me, Mr. Sallow.
Oh, yes, Sebastian's friend. I apologize on behalf of my nephew. He doesn't know when to stop. I was about to check on Anne. Did I see you come from the house? How is she?
She's all right. She said she was going to rest.
Nothing can be done for her.
I am sorry. I mean, not to be too prying. I mean, we've only just met. But I just feel that there's, something that could be done, at least to, if not cure, as I'm under no illusion that is likely possible, but at least to mitigate.
It could be that you've not yet discovered the cure.
Ah, you sound like Sebastian, thinking you know better than the healers at St. Mungo's.
Perhaps the healers don't know everything, sir. Sebastian is single-mindedly focused on finding a way to help his sister. If there is a cure, he will find it.
Your faith in Sebastian is misplaced. Some sort of dark magic cursed Anne, and the goblins aren't likely to explain themselves anytime soon. Giving her hope is cruel. The only thing to do now is keep Anne comfortable and stay out of the Loyalists' way.
I am with you on that. I don't wish to instill false hope anywhere I go. But optimism does have its place and uses.
I understand what you're saying, sir.
Good. I know what's best for Anne and Sebastian. They are my stubborn brother's children. Especially Sebastian. If you really want to be of help, you'll make sure Sebastian does what he should do, not what he wants to do. He's no idea the harm he could do if he doesn't stop. I hope you remember what I've said. Good day.
I ought to see how Sebastian's faring.
I will certainly keep it in mind, Mr. Sallow.
Why will he not listen to me? She's my sister.
I see both sides. Are you ready to talk?
How are you doing, Sebastian?
You got a first-hand glance at what I'm dealing with. I apologize for my uncle.
Sebastian, you put me in a difficult place. I see what you are trying to do, but to the same point, your uncle is only doing what he feels is right. He's very clearly not an individual who gives into optimism and hope lightly. So I personally feel that though I disagree with his mentality in this situation, that he is not terribly out of line, I don't want you to waste your entire life away on what might be a futile search. But at the same point, if there is a cure or some sort of treatment for this curse, sitting idly by is not how we're going to discover it. Which is a long and drawn-out way of saying he's just doing what he can and what he thinks is right, irrespective of if it might in the end be truly the right choice. It's difficult for him, for you, for Anne. So I understand where you're each coming from.
I know he's angry, but he's only trying to do what he thinks is best for Anne.
He's always angry. He's been angry since my parents died. After Anne was hurt, he only grew worse. It's as though he blames me somehow, always calling me my father's son, as if that's an insult. I'm the one trying to help her. He's simply given up.
Both Anne and your uncle seem genuinely convinced that nothing more can be done for her.
I refuse to believe that. Anne's pain is more than physical. It has changed her entirely. I miss my sister. And I'm going to get her back. Come with me. I need to show you where it happened.
Very well.
Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize. They should not be underestimated.
You're preaching to the choir, Sebastian.
All the debris you'll see is from whatever's going on at that abandoned estate. They've been digging for something.
Oh, interesting. I do have some dealings with them, if you have not forgotten. They sent a dragon after me.
Up there,
Well,
on that plateau, is where they cursed Anne.
huh.
This way.
Well, the dragon was not specifically for me. Right, Sebastian. It seems like there's quite a few.
Revelio. I've never seen a sword like it.
Wow. A sword? Yes. Let's be careful. I'm going to take out the first.
Glaciers.
And
Expelliarmus. Confringo.
I will have
Glaciers. Depulso.
Finish me!
Protego.
there.
Are you quite finished?
No, I'm not. Are you?
Depulso.
Yes, send him off.
Oh, that's pitiful.
Sendo.
No, that's embarrassing, isn't it?
Levioso.
But this is sad. Really, it is.
Confringo. Depulso.
There. Oh,
You've made your last mistake.
I doubt it. Perhaps you can prove me wrong.
How nice. There's such arrogance.
Okay.
Just you wait till I'm on solid ground.
Confringo. Let's get this. Expelliarmus. Rather unwise coming back. Again, I beg you.
Close.
Stop! I'm afraid of heights. Why do this?
There. Ow.
Confringo. Depulso.
Very annoyed.
Places.
I won't rest until you're dead.
How about... Ow. Oh, wait.
Who do you think you are?
Expelliarmus. Pity. Glaciers. Not quick enough. Depulso.
Expelliarmus!
I confess, that was a bit more than I'd bargained for. I tried to
yes.
warn you.
That is fair. That you did. But I've not... Well, I've dealt with plenty before.
Revelio!
You okay?
Those loyalists deserved what they got.
Couldn't agree more. This is where it happened. We smelled smoke in the middle of the night. When we looked outside, flames were shooting from the estate. Before my uncle and I could stop her, Anne rushed out, racing towards the fire, worried someone would be hurt. She came face to face with a horde of goblins, frantically trying to stamp out the flames. Suddenly, an icy voice drifted out from somewhere in the smoke. Children should be seen and not heard. A blinding blast followed. They didn't even give her a chance to run.
That is... very interesting. They were very clearly trying to hide something. And unfortunately, it seems that Anne was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
It seems an awfully violent response to a child wandering by. What were they trying to hide?
My thoughts exactly. It may be grasping at Billywigs, but I keep thinking that there might be something here that could lead me to whoever cursed Anne. Might be the only way to learn what type of magic harmed her, which could help me find a cure.
Perhaps you're right. The loyalists are everywhere, but they do seem to be spending a lot of time here, and it's likely they're hiding something.
And at Rookwood Castle. Shall we have a look around? They seem to have set up camp here for a specific reason. They have stations for everything.
Rookwood Castle? Well, you look down there. I'm going to look up here first.
Whose home was this?
Been abandoned long since I've lived here. Rumour was a Hogwarts professor lived here once, centuries ago. But that's all I ever heard.
Did they now? I've got a sneaking idea as to who it might have been. But it seems, well, it seems unlikely that it's Professor Rackle. Maybe Professor Rookwood, but that seems equally unlikely if he has his own castle. Very intriguing. What have we here?
Revelio!
Okay. What's this?
Always armed and ready for a fight, Ranrock's loyalists.
Yes, that doesn't really get us anywhere, does it? There's also something else down here. Oh.
I've heard that goblin dig sites like these are popping up everywhere.
It's a wonder the Ministry isn't doing more.
It might be worth taking a closer look at the house itself.
I agree. That does seem logical.
Revelio!
Isn't anything there? What have we here? We've got a well. Some object there.
This well looks familiar.
Yes, it does. Doesn't it? This plateau has a very familiar look too.
Sebastian! I've seen this before. This house, the well, the view.
What do you mean? When?
Give me a moment. I'll explain in a second.
Weird. Whose house? That must be Rookwood Castle. This must be Rookwood's home, maybe? Oh. Oh. We have a painting.
Sebastian, over here. Do you think that this was damaged by the fire the night that Anne was cursed?
Could be. But it looks to me as though this was intentional.
Yes, it's very targeted at the face area.
Revelio.
Nothing else. Well, let's figure out what we have here.
Sebastian, this house did belong to a Hogwarts professor hundreds of years ago.
Who? What do you...
I found a pensive that day in the restricted section with a memory that showed this house. There was a little girl and a drought. The keepers have shown me other memories as well. The girl became a Hogwarts professor. Her name was Isadora Morganach. She was one of the keepers.
The keepers? Like in Quidditch? And you found a pensive in the library? I'm not following you.
I realise it's a lot to take in. I'm not even sure I understand it all yet. And no, not like Quidditch. They call themselves keepers because they're protecting some type of knowledge. It has to do with the vault at Gringotts.
Let me see if I've got this straight. You have Ranrock and Rookwood after you because of something you found at Gringotts where you ended up via a port key. You can see traces of an ancient magic that you think Ranrock is trying to harness. And now you've been witnessing memories left by keepers. Oh, and this house belonged to a Hogwarts professor who was one of these non-Quidditch keepers hundreds of years ago. If I didn't know you, I'd think you were pulling my leg.
It is all a bit much, isn't it, when you put it like that? The point is, we both have good reason to search this house. You for answers about what happened to Anne, and me for answers about the keepers.
Look at this.
Someone piled this here for a reason.
Yes.
Is it blocking something?
Only one way to find out.
Well, stand back.
Depulso!
We'll figure this out. Alright.
Huh. A stairwell.
Yes. Rather poorly hidden, if I must say. Oh, no.
Why bother blocking a stairwell?
There might be something here worth a closer look.
They've left all of this simply strewn about.
Oh.
Tells me they're after something bigger.
Oh, be careful. Let me... Where is that blasted spell?
Lumos!
Devil's Snare. What in the bloody world is Devil's Snare doing here? It is my second week in the camp. More arrive each day. Muggle doctors and even some of our own healers are doing all that they can for them. The grief is palpable. The ones who have survived the plague are forever damaged by their loss. Fever may pass, the skin may mend and scar, but the devastating sorrow remains. I saw a man, much like my father, who had lost a child. I couldn't bear it. I longed to give him some shred of relief. I'm beginning to think the others are wrong. I have the power to help these souls. It seems as arbitrary not to help as it would be to rid them of their torment.
A journal entry of Isadora's. I should hold on to this.
It's very ominous line of thinking. Oops. Hope there wasn't anything important in there. Isadora Morganach, journal entry 2 of 7. I travelled here to learn, but I long to help. My internal struggle is overwhelming. It's as though the magic wants to heal, and I am the one preventing it from doing so. Should I lose hope? Will I forever regret not having done more? I cannot look into their eyes, knowing that I could lessen the burden of heartache. I saw the man leaving camp today, the one who so reminded me of my father. Surely it wouldn't hurt to help him. I could further my research, of course, but that would be a fortuitous consequence of doing something good with this ability.
Seems these journal entries are from Isadora's travels.
I understand her want, desire to help, but in what manner is she doing?
You're not going to believe this. I can see the Undercroft.
What? A daydream? Because that happens to me too.
No. Not quite. This is rather disturbing, for lack of a better word.
I know it sounds strange, but...
Honestly, nothing you say sounds strange to me anymore.
Fair enough. I can see the Undercroft through this stone wall, as though it's a window. This has happened before.
I'm listening.
I think it's to do with my ability to see traces of ancient magic.
But you said you didn't really understand it, and that you couldn't wield it.
That's true, and I'm still not sure what it all means. What I do know is that my ability allows me to travel through these windows I see.
Wait. We can get straight to the Undercroft from here. Ominous will be floored.
We can. But perhaps best not to tell anyone else about this for now. Even Ominous.
Understood. Well then, invisible, secret, ancient magic passageway? Here we come.
Yes.
I'm tempted to hold my breath.
Lumos.
I'm also concerned. Well, I suppose Devil's Snare just likes to thrive in dark and damp places. But everything else here gives off a quite... well, a borderline sinister atmosphere.
Why would the door lead us here?
Sebastian, look. Why hide a triptych here?
Seems as if something's missing.
A note?
Yes.
Let's have a look.
Right, what does that mean?
Anything helpful in the note?
Not that I can discern. How about you?
A rune symbol. I've seen similar symbols used by the keepers.
I've been thinking. A keeper lived in that house centuries ago, and Ranrock and his lot have been searching there. You said that goblins may be wielding some form of this ancient magic. Do you think Anne was cursed by ancient magic?
I can't be sure, of course, but I don't think so. I didn't see any traces of it around your sister.
Very well. But that doesn't mean it's not ancient magic. There's still so much we don't know about it.
True.
Agreed.
Perhaps this triptych will lead us to answers.
Then we'll have to unravel what this all means. But now I need to see Ominous. Don't worry, I won't tell him anything. Did I mention that, apparently, Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here, in Hogwarts?
You did not? Sounds worth looking into. Any idea where in the castle?
No idea. Ominous just learned of it. I'll let you know what I find out. I had no idea our visit to Sian would unfold into all of this. My head's an utter mess. But I'm glad you told me everything you did. I'll be in touch. Till then.
Very well. I too have much to consider. Like, why there a magical door from Feldcroft? From the house of a former Hogwarts professor, of all people, to the Undercroft at Hogwarts, leading to a door going nowhere. It's all quite a bit to take in, isn't it? But I feel as though we are getting close to where our destiny leads us.